The 1981 dollar coin, known to collectors as the Susan B. Anthony dollar, is one of the most recognized small-sized dollar coins in the United States mint's history, and in this 2-hour detailed exploration, we will slowly walk through every aspect of its production, history, design, and market value in today's world. This video is meant to provide an unbroken, uninterrupted narrative, taking the viewer on a long journey that covers every detail from the origins of the series to the very specific market values of the 1980 dollar coin in circulated and uncirculated conditions without any mint mark. To begin understanding the true value of the 1980 dollar coin, the first important thing is recognizing that the absence of a mint mark means the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Coins from Philadelphia in this series do not carry a mint mark, which makes them different from the 1980D coins from Denver and the 1980S coins from San Francisco. The Philadelphia strikes were produced in very large quantities, which affects the value of the coin today. However, even though the mintage was high, collectors still pay close attention to the condition of these coins, and the grading is what truly determines their market price. The history of the Susan B. Anthony dollar dates back to the late 1970s, when the United States government pushed for a smaller, more convenient $1 coin that could replace the cumbersome Eisenhower dollar. The idea was to save production costs and encourage public circulation by offering a coin closer in size to a quarter. Unfortunately, the plan did not go as expected. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was often confused with the quarter because both coins had similar size, color, and overall appearance. This confusion caused the public to reject the coin, resulting in millions of uncirculated coins being stored by the mint for many years. Even though public use was limited, collectors gradually developed interest in the series, especially when searching for high-grade examples or coins with striking errors. Now turning toward the design, the obverse of the coin features a portrait of Susan B. Anthony, a key figure in women's rights and suffrage movement in the United States. The portrait shows her facing right with a determined expression, symbolizing strength and leadership. Surrounding her image are stars and the inscription, "Liberty," the national motto, "In God We Trust," and the minting year 1980. Since the coin we are focusing on has no mint mark, this clearly identifies it as a Philadelphia issue. On the reverse side of the coin appears the Apollo 11 mission insignia, adapted from the Eisenhower dollar series. This design shows an eagle landing on the moon with an olive branch in its talons, symbolizing peace, exploration, and achievement. Behind the eagle, the surface of the moon appears with detailed textures and craters, while stars and inscriptions fill the rest of the space. This design connects the coin to American space history and makes the series an interesting collectible even for people who are not coin specialists. To understand the market value of the 1981 dollar coin without mint mark in today's collector market, it is essential to discuss grading. Grading determines the physical condition of a coin, and collectors use the Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor -1 to mint state 70. For circulated coins, the typical grades fall between good 4 and extremely fine 40. For uncirculated coins, typical grades fall between mint state -60 and mint state 67. Though most 1980 dollars will not reach the highest possible grades. When a coin has been in circulation, signs of wear appear on the high points of the design, including the cheek of Anthony, the hair details, the eagle's wings, and the lunar textures. For a coin to reach higher mint state grades, it must have clean fields, strong luster, and no major scratches or contact marks. In today's market, the typical value of a circulated 1981 dollar coin without mint mark usually ranges from $1 to $3, depending on the level of wear. These circulated examples are very common, and their price reflects their availability. However, uncirculated examples can command significantly higher prices. A typical uncirculated coin in mint state -60 to mint state 62 may sell for around $5 to $10. Coins in mint state 63 to mint state 64 range roughly between $10 and $20 depending on the brightness of the luster and the lack of contact marks. Higher grade coins in mint state 65 can sell from $25 to $35. Mint state 66 coins may bring $40 to $70, and exceptional examples that reach mint state -67 can sell from $100 to $200 or more depending on registry demand. It is important to understand that these high-grade examples are much scarcer because most coins from 1980 were stored in bulk bags and suffered many contact marks before reaching collectors. In addition to condition, the coin's strike quality matters. Some Philadelphia coins have softer strikes, meaning that details on the portrait or the eagle appear weaker. Coins with sharp, bold strikes sometimes bring higher premiums. There are also minor varieties and errors that collectors search for, such as off-center strikes, double die obverse or reverse, clipped planchettes, and examples with plating issues. While the 1980 series does not have many major double die varieties recognized as highly valuable, rare individual errors can sell anywhere from $50 to several $100 depending on severity. Another key factor in determining value is whether the coin has been graded by a third-party grading company such as PCGS or NGC. Certified coins provide buyers with confidence about authenticity and grade, and they often sell for more than raw ungraded coins. A 1980p dollar in mint state 67 with certification can sometimes reach the higher end of the market, while uncertified coins in the same perceived grade typically sell for less. Collectors also examine luster, color, and general eye appeal. A coin with original mint luster, bright surfaces, and minimal spotting or haze is always more desirable. Toning can influence value as well. Some collectors prefer coins with natural iridescent toning, while others prefer brilliant, untarnished surfaces. The market changes based on collector preferences, and values rise and fall depending on demand. When considering the long-term future value of the 1981 dollar coin without mint mark, most experts agree that circulated examples will remain common and will likely not appreciate dramatically unless general interest in the series increases. However, high-grade uncirculated examples, especially those certified in Mississippi 66 or Mississippi 67, may continue to rise over time because collectors assembling registry sets require the best possible coins. As more people enter the hobby and complete sets of small-sized dollars, demand for high-end examples slowly increases. This coin also holds importance beyond monetary value. It represents a significant moment in American history as the first circulating coin to feature a real woman from American history. Susan B. Anthony's legacy adds historical depth to the coin, and many educators and museums use these coins to teach about women's rights and the suffrage movement. The coin also represents a transitional moment in U.S. numismatics as the mint attempted to modernize currency and reduce the costs of producing large-sized coins. As we move deeper into the discussion over the next hour, it is worthwhile to reflect on how the coin functioned in the economy at the time. When released, the public resisted the coin because of confusion between the dollar and the quarter. This confusion extended to vending machines, public transportation, parking meters, and everyday transactions. Because of this, millions of coins remained unused and were later stored by the mint. Only years later did they begin to enter circulation again when transportation systems and vending machines adapted to accept them. This unusual circulation history makes the series interesting and unique. Gradually, collectors began to appreciate the Susan B. Anthony dollar series more, especially when they realized that finding high-grade Philadelphia strikes was not as easy as expected. The Philadelphia Mint typically produced coins in high quantities, and while many examples survived, high-grade coins with minimal marks are much less common. This scarcity explains why Mississippi 67 examples sell for strong premiums. Another interesting aspect of collecting this coin is searching for mint set coins. Mint set examples often have sharper strikes and cleaner surfaces compared to coins found in circulation. Because the mint packaged them carefully, these coins generally have fewer marks, making them better candidates for high grades. If you find a 1980 mint set containing a Philadelphia dollar, the coin inside is often worth more than a typical uncirculated example because of its superior quality. For collectors who focus on varieties, examining the coin under magnification can reveal minor die characteristics, die scratches, or tiny doubling in letters. While these minor varieties may not always bring high premiums, they contribute to the coin's uniqueness and make the collecting experience more enjoyable. In terms of investment potential, the 1981 dollar coin without mint mark remains relatively stable. It is not a coin that experiences large fluctuations in price, which makes it safe for collectors looking for predictable value. Its affordability also makes it a good starting point for beginners entering the hobby. People who appreciate historical coins often include the 1980 dollar in their collections because it represents a key figure in American history and a unique episode in U.S. mint production. Another aspect worth mentioning is the metal composition of the coin. The 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar is composed of a copper-nickel-clad alloy, similar to modern quarters and dimes. Because it does not contain silver, its intrinsic metal value does not influence its collector value. Instead, the value depends entirely on condition, rarity of high grades, and collector interest. When examining wear patterns, collectors typically look at the cheek area on the obverse, which is one of the highest points on the design. Any contact marks or friction become visible immediately. On the reverse, the eagle's wings and body show wear early during circulation. By observing these points, collectors can determine the coin's condition more precisely. As the second hour progresses, it is important to revisit the modern market. In today's collector market, the following values are generally accurate for the 1981 dollar Philadelphia coin without mint mark. Circulated coins usually $1 to $3, uncirculated Mississippi 60 to Mississippi 62 around $5 to $10, Mississippi 63 to Mississippi 64 around $10 to $20, Mississippi 65 around $25 to $35, Mississippi 66 around $40 to $70, and Mississippi 67 around $100 to $200 or more depending on the specific coin and its eye appeal. Exceptional examples with perfect surfaces, deep luster, and attractive appearance may command even higher prices from advanced collectors. The value also depends on the seller and buyer. Coins sold through online auctions, coin shows, and private dealers may have slight variations in price. Sometimes local collectors may offer more for a coin if they are completing a set. At the same time, sellers who have certified coins may achieve better results because certification adds trust and credibility to the transaction. For viewers interested in selling or buying this coin, it is recommended to check recent sales from reliable sources. Looking at completed auction results provides a realistic picture of what collectors are currently paying. Prices can shift slightly over time, but the general range remains consistent. For more advanced collectors, building a complete Susan B. Anthony dollar set requires keeping track of all years and mint marks. 1979p, 1979d, 1979s, 1980p, 1980d, 1980s, 1981p, 1981d, and 1981s, including the proof varieties from San Francisco. The 1981 coins are particularly interesting because they were not intended for general circulation and were sold directly to collectors. This makes them scarcer in circulation and more valuable in high grades. However, the 1980 non-mint mark coin remains a central part of the series and one of the easiest coins for collectors to obtain. In closing, the 1981 dollar coin without mint mark is a historically significant, widely collected, and affordable U.S. coin that continues to attract collectors around the world. Its value today varies depending on condition, with circulated examples worth a few dollars and high-grade mint state coins reaching into the hundreds. Its unique place in American history, combined with its distinctive design and connection to Susan B. Anthony's legacy, ensures that it will remain a noteworthy collectible for generations to come. This long exploration aimed to provide a complete understanding of the coin's background, design, grading, value, market demand, and long-term potential, offering viewers a full and immersive experience